uncastrated male, the one you use to mate on the animal, to mate all your female. There are very few on your farm. You need 1 to 10. So you don't have a lot of it on your farm. You only need 1 to 10. Sow is a female that has given birth. Because I've been using the terminology, make sure you know it. Sow, female animal that have given birth on your belly. Gilt are the one that just reach puberty that don't given birth before, but they are pregnant. Farrow, when you use farrow, it means labor. So when I said, Mr. Yemi, your animal is farrowing, that means your animal is giving birth. When I use the word natures, I mean the number of animals they give birth to at once. So that's very important. If you come to my farm and my farm gives birth to 9 per liter on average, and you go to another farm and they give birth to 6 per liter on average, that's one of the factors you're going to use in determining where to buy your pig from. So that number, that data is very important. Piglets are individual animals in that data. When pig reach 6 to 8 weeks, you need to weigh the animal. And we're going to talk a little more about weighing. Basically, about 6 to 8 weeks, you take the piglet from the mother. You take the mother from the piglet. The reason why you do that is that when you take the mother from the piglet, 8 days after the animal is going to go and eat, that means you can make the animal and you can start another production cycle. Growers, is when the winner reach 25 kg, 25 kg, they're called growers. That means very soon they're going to get market weight. Now we are very clear about this title. Are we familiar with this title? Yeah, you have it. Are you familiar with this terminology? You need to know it because from now on I'll be using it a lot, and it does not make sense if I say it and you don't know it. Okay. And so the question comes: what's the one? Okay. Pardon? Okay. How about guilt? You guys, I like this land. You like to use good free. I will qualify it, not frightened. Raise up your hand. Instead of taking in our here.
The gifts are the ones that exceeded what?
How about Pharaoh? Pardon? No. It's a label when they're giving back. So my habits are Pharaoh, now they're giving back. How about liters?
The numbers that can be used.
Exactly. How about piglets? How about winners?
So when taking away from
I think that's the correct answer. When they're not taking away from them. I mean, that's another area where people have problems. Because when they take the mother away from the winner, there are problems that is going on. Because when they're with the mother, they drink milk. Here you are giving them solid. When they're with the mother, when they eat something, if they don't have to eat, they go to the mother and they give them more milk. But here you are giving them water. When somebody threatens them, they run to their mother. Now there's nobody to help them. When you put things together, anyway they will fight to establish superiority. There's nobody to support them. The digestive system is struggling to cope with. They don't have a lot of fat in their body, so they are cold. So if you win an animal, that's why I saw a lot of people winning their animal at the age of 3 to 4 weeks, because that's what they do in abroad. And I always say to them that there's something wrong with it, but there are what kind of food that we feed our pigs in this country. A piglet cannot survive on that and still maintain their growth. So what happens when the animal are looking very good when they buy them, and when they win them, the week after the animal drop in weight and become very small or stop growing. And they come and say the animal is sick. The animal is not sick. You are not giving them enough food. You're not stilling up with their mother. You need to improve their protein so they can maintain. I always say this. Right now, I can live on groundnut and gari till I die. That one can't kill me. Because I'm eating enough food in my life that my body will, I will not grow, I will look leaner, and my eyes will look pale, but I will not die of it. But if you give a 2-year-old groundnut and gari, you just see the cell shrinking, the belly started coming out, it's not very intelligent, it's getting lethargic and tired. Why? Because the body of a small child is still growing. The heart is growing, the lung is growing, all of this demand a lot of protein. What about something like me, the grown partner have grown their time, so they don't need to grow, I don't need to grow inside, I'm only growing outward. So it won't affect me as a child. That's very important when you're looking at your piglet. How can I improve this piglet? I can't give them the food I'm giving to their mom. I can't just give them PKC, rice bran, and everything like that. I need to increase the protein in it. I need to improve the soya bean in it. I need to increase the GAC, groundnut cake in it. That's how you have to be thinking, because they need more nutrients than an adult pig. Is that clear? Any question? You'll be able to remember. There are a lot of things. That's why I'm taking time to put the rationale behind each one of them so you will remember. So don't worry if you think there's a lot of information, you will remember them when you need them.
Sir, please, you told us that they stay together on these peaks.
Yeah.
But they don't have sweat gland.
Yeah.
So how will they coming together?
I don't know. In the night, that's why it's so important for you. When you answer that question, I'm going to talk about what I want.
Okay, then another thing is, you say it is good to have their pen in the wood.
No.
Wood, that is, I mean,
Which area is not?
no, I mean the pen. should be in the bush.
No, I didn't say that. I said we have them in the bush. Whatever you can have their pen anywhere. You just need to be based on certain law, which I'm going to talk about when we talk about construction.
Because
if they're in the wood, it's easier because it's breezier. They're more wet.
Okay.
If they're in the city like this, it's hotter because there are so many houses. And one minute, and when animals go together, that's why this aircon is working, but not believe it. But remember body air and the amount of heat that we are releasing is what it, that's why they need more fire.
Okay. So what do we do if the pen is in the bush?
Okay.
Especially regarding snakes.
I'll not answer that question now. I'll answer it. So put it down. I'll answer. I'm going to go towards construction. I don't want to debate too much. But come to just the first one you answer. Pigs, when they sleep together to get warm. Because in the night it's always colder. So pigs, because they are social animals, they sleep very good together to keep themselves warm. That's what I'm saying. So in the morning, that's why when you go to the farm, before to see this, you go to your farm in the morning. You see them how they sleep. And that's very important for you as a pig farmer. Because if they sleep too close together, that means they are more or less sleeping on top of each other. That means the night was very cold. And if that happened on my farm, the following day I put food changes on the floor. But if they sleep and each of them sleep anyhow, I mean that they're okay, that means they're okay. And that's why going to your farm in the morning is very important because you can deduce a lot of things very quickly. And as the owner, knowing that you have a lot to do something about it, start doesn't care that much. It's not that they don't like you, but they don't care that because they don't know some of the implications of some of the things that are going on. Is that clear? Okay.
Sir.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I know in human beings that's what is called baby friend.
Yeah.
That is when they are young, they take only mothers.
Yeah.
In these piglets and women,
Yeah.
is it the same thing?
No,
Or we feed them an alternative.
No, when a pig is born, the best food you can give to an animal is to make sure that some days the mother produces a milk called colostrum. That colostrum is very, very rich in nutrients, but it's not only rich in nutrients, it's also rich in antibacterial. That's why the first 3 days of feeding, that's why even on my farm we used to clip their teeth on the second day. I stopped it because I discovered that it's more important that they drink that milk for the first 3 days. Now, after those 3 days, in that milk, there is something called immunoglobulin. When babies are born, their immune system is a bit large, so they can absorb more. So the longer, that's why the 3 days, the first 2 days is going to enjoy this milk. So that's why it's so important that immediately your pigs are born, you make sure your role there is to make sure the mothers survive. And if the pigs are not drinking their mother's milk, you want them to start drinking their mother's milk for the first 3 days. So that's how you're going to get your energy. After that, you still be drinking milk, but then you start, after about second or third week, you start introducing feed to them. You call it feed. Second or third week, exactly. After you just introduce it to us, put it in the first week, but it's not just the feed you're giving to their mother. It's one that have a little bit more milk, that is more milk or more fish milk or more soya. That's more protein. That will do them good and it's more palatable as well. Or we'll talk about that then.
Sorry, just to follow up. Is it really rampant for the mother to die immediately after birth?
It's not rampant, except you're doing a lot of mistake. Ask that question later, it's too early to start but go sit down after that. Yeah.
So please, I want to throw more light on the brain, like for the pregnant bee, the sizes of the brain and
The size of the
pain.
okay, I'm not going to do that now. Put it down. We're going to cover it anyway. We're going to cover it. Okay, let me do any other question?
So please, how do you handle a kind of aggressive child giving back?
Okay.
And it's not breastfeeding the young one?
Cool. Can you ask me that question later? I'm not going to get to it. You're making me to answer some of the questions back on the call. But make note of it. If I don't answer that question, even if I think about something, just remind me. But you will see that we're going to cover that in the slide. Because I want to keep on moving. What's the time now? Pardon? Okay, that's fine. Well, thank you. What is your big need? When people see it, they always laugh. Oh, we know it. We know they need food. We know they need water. But knowing it is not enough. Before you start your big farm, you need to start answering some fundamental questions. Yes, you know they need food. But the question, are you going to grow those food? Or are you going to buy them? And you're going to buy, are you going to buy concentrate? Or are you going to buy mixed ingredient and combine it to your farm? And finally, if you're not going to grow them, how are you going to transport it to your farm? And where are you going to store it to make sure it doesn't get bad? Those are fundamental questions that pig farmers need to continually ask themselves and answer. Because there's no point in starting a big. I've seen somebody, I was telling them in Ghana, I know somebody who is in diaspora that spent 40,000 on building pig pen, for starting pig pen. And when it was constructed, he was using water by the stream to build those pen because there's a stream that passes by. It was when he has finished because he even put solar light in the pen. So in the night, it's one of the most beautiful farms I've ever seen in the night without mixing. However, the day was about, when I was getting there, I wanted to buy some things for me, and I said, so, are you ready? They said they are ready. They wanted, actually, they wouldn't let me pipe. But I said, this song is bold. He said, I'm going to song a ball. I said, you don't song a ball. I said, how did you read the pen? He said, I use water from the stream. And please never use water from the stream to feed your pig. If you used to build, the area it was around Iwekuru. A4 was around A4 area. And geography is very important. If you don't around A4 area, that's not very part of Iwekuru. Now, if you don't know A4, you will know Iwekuru because most of your cement in Nigeria came from Iwekuru. And cement are made from limestone. And limestone is always very porous. So by the time they got around to doing the circus borehole, they pay and they call this, not even Nigeria, they call Indians to come and help him suck his borehole because he has invested so much. He wants to have a very nice farm, which is very commendable. You won't believe that they put the engine in and they go as far as 240 meters. They couldn't find water because of the location. And yet the structure is already there. So when I tell you they need water, we know that. So to run the farm, he has to get tanker to supply water to the farm. Do you have the slightest idea? You know water is not supposed to, when I give you a cost, I'm not going to hand over to you because I will assume that you have borehole. I know you don't have that water, but I know you have borehole or a well. But suddenly, it became an issue because he has to get a tanker to come and pump water in. And you know these tanker people in Nigeria, immediately they know that you depend on them so much, the price are not going up. You're going to your farm is not good, they increase it. And something that's not supposed to cost money at all, he ended up spending money on it. So if I say to you, to start a big farm, you need to start thinking about what it needs and how you're going to make that need in the farm. I know what I'm talking about. So you need to think, am I going to grow? What am I going to grow? You can't grow all the food anyway. You can't grow, if you're in the southwest, you can't grow soya. You can't grow GNC. If you're in the north, you can't grow cassava. So you need to know what you can grow and how you're going to get the results. You need to know whether you want to buy concentrate. And whatever you do, you need to do. That's why when I'm talking about location of farm, your farm should not be too far from the main road. Because if it's too far, there'll be a lot of wear and tear. Because when you're raising pig, you need to be going to the city to go and get your feed and taking the pig to the city to go and sell them. And if your road is bad, the marketers are going to take advantage of it. They're going to be deducting from your price of pig. So bear it in mind. Water, bowls, wells. How am I going to pump it? Where are you going to pump it? And how am I going to serve the water to the food? Is it going to be through nipple? Am I going to use water truck? As a pig farmer, before you start, you need to be very clear about this. So you don't start and get stranded. There's a parable in the Bible. It said, who is the man that wants to build a tower that will not want to sit down and calculate how much it's going to cost him? So that henceforth, when they are started, people will not say, look at that man, they have started building a tower and they cannot complete it. You know, many times when we elder program, we get it wrong. We think it's one I want to build a house. You have the right to build a house and not be able to complete it. They'll say, right, at least you have a structure. But tower is different. Tower is something it's like a legacy. So they're not talking about the house, they're talking about you want to do something out of the way. You have to be ready to do it very well. But there's nothing for you to start and stop. So I say to you, if you want to do a big farm, there's nothing for you to start a big farm, buy pigs, then run out of money to buy feed. Because people, when you tell them to be laughing at you at your back and say, look at the man who's having a big farm that cannot feed his pigs. So bear that in mind. Security. When we talk about security, we're not really talking about security of protecting your animal from being stolen. Pig doesn't like noise. Anytime you have a house, a pig farm, When people are passing by, they like to come and look. Now, you might like that, you might help your ego, but it's not doing good for your pigs at all. Pigs don't like to be disturbed. They don't like noise, they don't like traffic, they just want you to give them food in the morning, go and mind your own business, and the evening come out and come back and give them food again, and the following morning come out and clean and give them food. Because the more people are around them and they are making noise, because they are always praying in the wild, anytime they hear noise, they become alert. And anytime they are doing that, what is happening to their system is their body is pumping adrenaline into their heart, making their heart. So when they do what they're doing, basically they are ready to run. So to run, their body will stop putting all their reproduction stop, all their group, because at the time they are in survival mode. So what's happening to your pig anytime they are disturbed is that they are stopping your growth to be ready to run away. Because that's how they do it in the wild, that's how they survive. But when you do that all the time, your pig is wasting energy, the food is not being channeled to where you bring channel to the next time, you can run faster. That's why if the lion comes here, all you ladies here that you think you can't run, you be the one in the front running because your body just tell you, your body just saying, there's life or death here. There are many men here, let men go for it, let me run. So that's what happens to your pig when you do that continuous. So don't disturb your pig, give them peace. Don't let them get out of the farm because if they get out of the farm, somebody's going to shoot them and think they're getting wild boar. You want to ask a question?
In my area, we used to have tap water. Which is
tap water?
Yeah.
Is it nice? We don't have that kind of luxury in Nigeria. Yeah.
But then I discovered that when you buy most of this booster, growth booster, yeah, organic products for your animals, they'll tell you not to use it because the water has
chlorine.
Yeah. Is it applicable that chlorine is not good?
That's a very good question. As a question that a Nigerian will never ask me. Now I know that you're not in Nigeria. Because the last time I had tap water in the water was this small. Or who has tap water, municipal tap water in their house? Maybe I'm the one that is backward. So we don't have, you have one in your house. Where do you live? And you have tap water. Of Nigeria. But what we don't have that. That's a very interesting question. Nobody has ever asked me that question before. Because we don't have tap water. Basically, it's the same thing. Tap water, they put chlorine there to kill the bacteria. Ask the question. I'm going to break it about 20 minutes. You can talk about yourself. But what I'm talking, let's concentrate. So tap water is never a problem with us. But tap water, they put chlorine there to kill the bacteria. Now, because they put chlorine there, is a chemical. The manufacturer don't know what kind of, how the level of chlorine they put in there. So they always recommend that use natural water. But we Nigerian farmers don't have that problem at all because we don't have chlorine problem. We make our water, we make our electricity, even our air, we still start making. That's why I'm surprised that Nigeria is not doing very well with solar panel because we are used to making our thing. Every other country, even our road, we do it by ourselves. Yeah. Our water, we do it by ourselves. She came to Nigeria and I called her and said, hi Nigeria. I said, well, so. I said, I know the truth of it. For the electricity, welcome to Nigeria. For the heat, welcome to West Africa. Because it's very hot in Kuwait, where she's based, but it's dry hot. But in Nigeria, in Southwest here, it's a sweaty kind of hot. So that's what we can do about it. But that's why I'm a bit surprised that Nigerians generally, because we are used to not depending on government for water, for electricity. I don't know why we've not taken solar panels to that level, whereby on our farm, we can generate electricity not to be able to. Because there is an airport in India, by the way. And any one of you, when you get home, just put in your, I think the place called Kobe, just put airport solar panel. The places in India was like Ibadan. And they have there's an international airport, going to that airport, that's where everybody goes to. The government of that place wanted to have an international airport in Ibadan. Like Akibadan. And they don't have electricity because there's no industry. They're in Nigeria. I'm sure the only place where you get electricity a lot is when you live among the manufacturing company. Because the manufacturing company will give money to NEPA, and in terms of power, NEPA will make sure that the electricity is supplied to them in the daytime. And with the rest, if we are lucky, and we pray very well, we'll have electricity in the night or sometime. So this airport, the government wanted to have airport, and there's no electricity. So they lay out, maybe during the break time or so like again, they lay out solar panel. And that airport was run 100% run by solar panel, producing about 3,000 kilowatts of electricity. And my challenge to Nigerians, and except the state government and local government, is that Nigeria not having electricity in 2019 is a disgrace. It's a disgrace as a race, it's a disgrace as a nation, especially a nation like Nigeria that started very well. But my challenge is that we should start thinking of using solar to that level. If somebody in India, government in India can have an airport that's 100% run by solar panel, there's no reason why local government or state government cannot start building solar panel to run. And you know the way the guy did it? He did the solar panel in such a way that, you know, solar panel, to make it work very well, you need to clean it, like spray water on it. She now asks, that's why it's interesting, that's why I'm interested as a farmer. She now asks old women to plant under the solar panel, to plant a vegetable bed. Pardon? Is that it? To plant a vegetable bed. So that when they wet it with water, not with chlorine water, because they have to use non-chemical water as well. When they wet it, the water comes. Instead of the water being wasted, it will now go to the vegetable plant. And women now sell the vegetable plant to the airport, and the airport sells it to the guests. Now that is what you call integrated agriculture. That is called using knowledge. Using God knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That the Israel, they don't have 2 months of rain. They didn't go to the mountain and be praying, God give us rain, increase our rain, you promise our plan. No, they didn't do that. They went to God and said, God, you're not going to give us 2 months. In time of Abraham, you didn't increase it. In time of people about Jesus Christ, you didn't increase it. We've taken our feet. But you need to give us wisdom to utilize it. And God gave them wisdom, and they produce more fruits, more tomatoes, more vegetables than any other country in the Far East. There are people, and their enemy that doesn't like them are compelled to buy their fruits because they're able to use the knowledge that God gives them. Now, I'm not preaching. But that kind of thinking is what we're going to need if we're going to be a big farmer, to be able to think beyond what's around us and utilize to the effectiveness, to the best what God has already given us. Don't say amen, this is big farming trade. Shout out, they need a place to protect themselves.
It's a certificate that gives you an edge over just anybody who knows the trade. You have been trained by a reputable organization, and so you can use it to apply for loan. Presently, CBN is giving 10 million loan to big timers, and then 5 million loans to those who are just being introduced to the business, who are small entrepreneurs, SMEs. And one of the criterion required is that you must have a certificate. It's one of the reasons why I had to go extra mile to pay for this training, for me to have a certificate in Ibadan. When you mention Adesina Adeyemi is an household name, and so for you to have a certificate from his friend, I think you have an edge over others. So that's why I just asked him that question to preempt him. This certificate, don't just throw it under the pillow. You can use it to process loan. You are a farmer, a reputable one for that matter, a potential one for that matter. And maybe you are saying, well, I will start later. You can start in a little way. Even with this certificate, you can get some fund from the CBN. Presently, it's ongoing. So people have applied, it's ongoing. CBN, if you look at other banks now, it's easier, like he said yesterday, it's easier to get funds from banks. Presently, the banks that have been turning down customers before are now giving loans because there is a standing instruction from CBN that about maybe 2 trillion or thereabout, I don't have the figure now for official reasons, should be circulated in the economy, and every potential farmer is he has a possibility of getting one. So don't just use this certificate and throw it on the pillow. Do something. You can be a backyard. I have a 2 plots on my property, and I'm going to start. I have the mind of getting big later, so that I can access the loan and then get bigger. So don't say the collateral, zero collateral. The only thing is you must. It has never happened before. You must have a certificate of your associate. If you are saying you are a farmer, which farmer? This kind of farmer. Then you must have a certificate to show that you are a farmer. So this certificate is actually worth it, and it's something that at the end of the day is going to profit you. So So don't just take it and drop it. I'm talking authoritatively, I'm talking from an informed mind. They are waiting to get this kind of certificate from you and then avail you loan. Or just if you don't have account, open an account, service the account for some time, maybe 3 months and all that, and apply. Everybody is eligible if you're an adult.
With what? Because what you've just said now is a cream, it crowns everything that we are talking about. Because at the end of the day, you need money, and if you can get money, whatever money you have, you can get bank money to it. You can expand very quickly, and the more you expand, the more you can make money. It was in Ghana that they troubled me here that they want certificate. When I asked them, they said it's very valid in banks. I said, well, you don't know me. They said, no, you're the one that told me don't know you. Everybody that do pig farming in West Africa knows that you are an authority in pig farming.
And we are NGO as well.
Exactly. So please, I didn't know that he works in Nigeria, so that's why.
What he said, I've actually done it. The criteria is not just this certificate, also a certificate from something enterprise, blah blah blah. EDR.
Yes, animal caregiving issue out. I did a training last
and about they are backed up by SMEDA, smaller. Yeah. So that certificate with this one gives you credit. Yeah. And most of it this information you can get it online on SMEDA email.
Please, I want us to be quiet. This training is still going on. Let's assume the training is going on. This information is very, very valid because there are a lot of information in Nigeria, but you don't know where to get it from. So if I ask any one of you, apart from people that have spoken, you say, bank don't give loan, because that's what we happened 5 years ago. The people that have spoken here have seen what it's all about, and they've given you an idea. So go to the internet and do more research on it. So don't come back and say it's because of lack of capital you can start.
Moratorium, is for 6 months.
Exactly.
Moratorium is 6 months, and the 10 million is payable back after 7 years.
10 years.
So
no, 7.
That moratorium, that 6 months fits in very well with your winner.
Yeah.
If you start with winner, you will have said your winner and you can pay the money back before. Anyway, let's give the certificate. The uncles, please, I'll be calling their names. Okay.